Okay, greetings to you from my end. Paul Obrefo here, Microsoft MVP. And this time we want to just play around how to schedule Microsoft certification exams. So to begin with, I would try as much as possible to make this very friendly and easygoing, especially for those of us that are coming into this field newly and sometimes finding it difficult to navigate through the process scheduling of exams. So how to start in the best possible way is knowing your exam code, right? You got to know your exam code. If it is Microsoft Certified Fundamentals, it is MS 900. If it is Microsoft Azure, Fundamentals, which is also Microsoft Certified, it is AZ 900. If it is MS 102, is Microsoft Certified still, this time around Administrator, which is Associate level, which is expert level. If it's AZ 104, you are going for Azure Administrator, like that and like that. The SC 300, SC 900. But the bottom line is know your exam code. So one thing you can do easily is to open your browser. When you open your browser, you come to the search engine here, type the code of the exam that you want to write. In this case, I will be using AZ305 for example. AZ305. Yes, because I've not scheduled this exam, I have it in mind to write probably next year. So I will just schedule it already. Thank God. This opportunity comes by, so I will just capitalize on it and schedule the exam down because I already have some that I needed to write and schedule already. Why is this kind of searching for me? I guess network problem. Wow, I wasn't expecting that anyway. So I'll go again and search AZ305 and then I will enter. Okay, my search engine is not giving me result. Let me try google.com. Some of the times we encounter issues like this. Okay, this came up. I wonder why this would not. I'm not so sure. So we are going to use this. So from here, I can search AZ305, right? If I enter, yeah, this is what I was expecting from the search initially. However, thank God we even experienced the issue just in case you come across something like this some of these days as well. Okay, so from here now, this is the exam when you see, so it will always come in this format, exam AZ305, and then they will give you the title of the exam you want to write. For example, if I do 900 here, you will also see Microsoft Certified, and this is the exam. Please always take note of this guy here. If it is MS, let's go for 102. It will still write it, exam MS 102, and then they will give you the course title, the exam title, right? So let's go back to our AZ305. So you just come and then you click on it. Please, you need to know the differences between the study guide portal and the AZ305 portal. Yes, even from here, you can still find your way and schedule the exam without issue. But don't forget, I'm going through the easiest way possible to get that, get this particular task done, right? So I'm just going to click on this guy here. It's coming up. So once it's up, all I need to do is to scroll down, right? I will have to scroll down, not minding the course. Yes, don't mind this region that is here. The course will change or varies based on region, right? But don't just bother yourself about this particular one at all. Okay, so from here, once it opens for you, just scroll down until you get to where you have scheduled exam. So from here, just hit on it. Sometimes it can come in blue color. This is coming in pink, right? Not sure, but yeah, you just have to click it. Then once you do that, you will have to go and select your primary account, personal, right? That is personal to you that you are using for your certification. In this case, this is the account I'm using. So I'm just going to hit on it. And as you can see, it's personal. All right. So having signed in, Some of the times, don't be confused anyway, just in case it didn't take you to the sign-in page. Some of the times, if you're already signed in, right, it will just bring you up to this page. Probably you are the type that usually have multiple accounts signed in. Maybe you want to confirm the account that is, signed in, you are using to schedule the exam. You can just come here, right, and it's your picture could be the initials of your name. In my own case, if I had not had the picture, it could have been P.O. Paul Ogboriefo, right? So you can just hit on it, and hey, you will get your email address that is, used to sign in. And if it's the correct one, then you can just proceed. Yeah, I have my address saved. Clicking on anyone will just automatically, prefill the information that are required for me. Now, take note, there are asterisks. Let me just hit on enter. There are asterisks in some part of the form, which indicates that, yeah, those places are mandatory. All right, so you can decide to come and change the state, right? In my own case, I'm currently in Lagos, Nigeria. Yeah, because Nigeria is here, and that is why it's picking up states from Nigeria. If I should change this country, probably to United States of America, I would have the U here, United States. Then you see the states will change already, and I can pick from, any of the states that I am in. So what this helps you do is probably if you are scheduling the exam to be written in the Person View Center, it will map you to the nearest or closest center to you. So in my case, I'm in Lagos and I have, input my Lagos address. But if I should proceed now, it will not work. It will have to tell me some error, just so you take note of some of these things that can probably give you an error when you are scheduling your exam. So if I hit on enter, you see there's a pop-up here, and the write-up is I cannot end my address with a full stop. Even though the address 2 is not mandatory, I can literally do without it, which I will eventually do. If I hit on submit, it's not still proceeding. So what I can do is I can either remove the full stop or I can clear it off, right? So doing this means that, hey, I can, proceed. Let's see if I can go. So from there, it will just take you straight up to Person View Center. Now look at the options you have to, take the exam. The first one is in person at the test center, and the second one is on view online with OnView. Right now, I will now tell you the difference. The difference is this, picking this guy here, you would have to select the center and time that you want to write the exam. And when the time comes, you will have to go with your identity card. I think 2 minimum. One which must be either globally or nationwide recognized. All right. So, for example, in my own case, I usually use my national ID card. Okay, it can be something quite different. It can be voter's card. It could be international passports, whichever one. But then it has to be valid. But minimum 2 you take to the center as you will choose going forward. So OnView online with OnView, what this does is you will have that liberty to take the exam from the comfort of your home, right? Either office, whichever place, but you have to put some things into consideration. The network, there are requirements for you to use OnView. There are minimum requirements that are expected from you. One, let me just hit on it. They will give us those options right here. So here they say your computer, use a personal computer that has a reliable webcam and internet connection. This is very, very important, because even before you take the exam, you would have to take a test to ensure that you are meeting up with the standards for you to write the exam. I do not always recommend this, especially for people, that are probably struggling with a computer that is not all that very powerful. I've seen people schedule exam because, when the exam they come, they will not be able to take it based on one limitation or the other. So on testing the computer, what you will literally do from here is to download the exam application, try to run the test and all of those. So your testing space, the room should be a distraction-free, private place, in the sense that there shouldn't be noises around your camera. It must be functioning well. There must not be notice of any, on LD movement. You just have to stay focused, take your exams, and that is it, right? So you can see acceptable spaces. Let's see the examples that they would give to us, right? There must not be, I don't know what's wrong with my network. There must not be a third-party person in the, in the space where you will be taking the exam. So as it's coming up, you see this. That is an example. You can read through and through. you can read through and all of those. So yeah, you see your photo ID will verify your government issued identification when you arrive for your exam. Yeah, so when you want to start, this is it, what to expect. Check in for your own view exam 30 minutes before your appointment time. You can go ahead and watch video on how and what is expected. So in this case, you would have to, you would have downloaded the app, getting, access code uses to uh, launch the exam, sign in, stay when your exams are is ready, then you get your questions and write your exam. But in-person view, in this case, what is required is just your photo ID. They will verify. I have earlier mentioned. Then what to expect is familiarize yourself with the testing environment, testing experience, so you feel confident on test day. And this is you taking the sandbox, know how to navigate through, because definitely that is the same environment you are going to see when you get to the exam hall. And a reusable notepad, noteboard and pen will be provided. Sure. So they'll usually give you an erasable noteboard and the pen to write down anything should you need to write down anything. Okay. So personal items, review the items that you can have during testing that do not require prior approval. So yeah, a cupboard will be provided for you with a key where you will have to dump all you came with, including cash, including your wristwatch. If you have an eyeglass, for example, that is not a recommended one, if you have an earphone, anything at all, you'll be thoroughly searched, although you do your searching yourself in most cases. So these are some of the things that they may allow you take into the examination or based on medical recommendation, right? For example, auto injector such as EpiPen, bandages, braces, and all of those, you can just come and see through. Mobility devices, canes, crutches, and all of those. So these are the only things that you can take into the examination. Or otherwise, you have to dump them outside, and then you take your exam, come out, and pick up your things back. So I haven't gotten there, and we choose in person at a test center. I will hit on. So if I should uncheck, okay, I cannot do that now. But before this time, this place was grayed out until I click one of the options I want to use. So I can go ahead and enter next. So on next, I will be prompted to pick a language. So I've not picked any language. Let me next and see if it will proceed. You see, there's no, I will have to pick a language. Now, the essence of this language is the language you pick is the language in which the examination will be set for you. Okay, so I pick English, of course. The only language I understand at the moment is English. So you have to accept the terms and condition and give your acknowledgement to all the agreements and all of the code of conduct and all of those. So from here, you click on next, you see the asterisks, meaning all of them are required. Okay, so these are some of the things you still experience at the examination, or when you get there, you will still be required to sign digitally. You will be taking a passport photograph that usually come with the results. So there is a reschedule policy here. You can't reschedule any exam that is planned to happen within 24 hours. Cancellation policy as well, the same terms that is applied to scheduling is applied to cancellation. Once it's 4 hours before the exam, 24 hours before the exam time, you cannot and will not be able to either cancel or reschedule that examination. Then I'll proceed to say I agree with the terms and all. So the next page is to say choose a center. Yeah, these are the centers that are very, very close to me, right? Now look at something. You see this Oni Babel International is just picking from our address, right? It's just 0.4 kilometers away from me. NIT, the same thing, 0.4 kilometers. COVID is 1.0 kilometers. And I may want to check the test center information. This is where I usually write my exam most times. Then I want to see the map, the road from my house, how I can get there, how I will be able to navigate. Then I can come back close. You can literally pick up to 2 to 3 centers, maximum of 3. Have I selected up to 3 already? Okay, yeah, this is the third. Okay, so in this case, I'm not using either of these center. I'm going to choose another center entirely. So literally, I can just say use my current location, and it will pick this location still for me. But I don't want to use my current location. I want to use a location elsewhere. So I'll choose Yaba and then I'll search. Now, there are several places here in Nigeria that has Yaba to their name. So in this case, they will give me a suggestion, which is one Sikaso Yaba, this. So I'm going with Yaba, Lagos, right? So yeah, they'll give me all the centers that are in Yaba. If you see Center Based International, okay, yeah, this address do not, the distance do not work well with my, I doubt, well, I might be wrong, but I'm not sure if it aligns well with the distance from my house to the centers. I'm sure of this. Yeah, so I'm just going to pick this guy here to write my exam. I'm just picking a center, not picking anything to do any comparison. I know where I want to write my exam. But then, if in case you don't, understand the coverage of kilometers, distance in kilometers, you can say, okay, show me in miles. So this is 0.4 miles, 0.6 miles away, like that. So you can just proceed, and then you next. So on next is just telling you, okay, if I'm choosing multiple centers, then I'll be able to check to either select either of the centers and see the available dates that I can book the exam, right? Okay, let me just try to add another center. Let me add the COVID. Okay, let me add this guy. Okay, is where okay, that is what I want to schedule. So if I next, yeah, you see they are now 2. Maximum you can pick is 3. Okay, so I can click on this guy. No, I want to use this guy. I can also from here to say find another test center, whichever way. Now you see that these guys, today's Thursday. Oh, they're available throughout. But there are cases where some centers we have a date for you to schedule your exam, while some others will not have that particular date. The thing is, they work with based on the schedule that the center has and the available opening dates for them. So in this case, I'm choosing Hashem, and I'm going to even go down to next year. If you see for Hashem now, they might likely go, not open again from 20th of December, probably because of the Christmas break and all. So I'll just come to January. January, there's no opening. Wow. From first to okay. I'm not getting any opening. Yeah, I can literally come back, pick any day in December, and when the day is approaching and I feel I'm not ready, I can always reschedule. So I'm picking on 19. Let me pick on 18 for some reasons. Then come down. When you are down, you know the time formats that you understand best, right? You can decide to say, no, you want to use the 24 hours format, you want to use the 12-hour format, right? So in the case of 24 hours format, and yeah, you know your time zone as well. This is African time, Lagos, West African time. So I can explore more time and see times that are available on that day at Hashem Limited. So yeah, you are 5:15 a.m. to 9 a.m. Obviously, they'll not even put the AM because we are using the 24 hours format. So between 13:15 to 17:15, I have 4 times available. So I can just click down here and say, okay, I have all of this time available from 17:15 to 20 o'clock. I don't have any time. From 9 to these times, I have, okay, these are the time available. I can decide to go for 11 o'clock. Okay, but just in case you are picking the 12 hours, this is how it looks like. They will now give you if it's AM or PM, right? So yeah, you can just choose what you want. But in this case, because the exam is 2 hours, it's going to hold from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Then I can now proceed to say book this time or book this appointment rather. So from book this appointment, they want to show you description, we have detail, we have price, we have actions. Okay, and yeah, we have the exam code and the exam title, we have the length, everything, just summary of the exam, the appointment dates, the location, and all, right? But my account has a 50% discount by default, and so they are telling me now that the estimated cost for that is due to me is 41.50 now. If you do that math, you see that it's half of 50% of $83, which is the cost for the exam for in Nigeria, yeah, right? So you can just ignore this guy. But if you need to know about it, you can just, when you get here, try to explore it and see. But I'm sure it's not something you want to try, $80 and stuff. So they will, show your contact details, and then you can just proceed to check out, right? This is the reason for my 50% discount. If you don't have it, it will not show here for you. This is tied to my account, based on organization linking. So yeah, now because I have The only voucher I can apply here is 100% voucher. But if I should apply it now, it will not work. Why? Because I already have a 50% discount. For example, I can just click on this drop down and then I'll come here and insert my code. I think I'm going to leave this code open because yes, I'm scheduling the exam. So nothing to worry about. 8B9. So yeah, I have this guy. Ideally, I would have just gone to my email and copy it out, but no. So you see discount validation fail, voucher, the voucher, this is, exams for is only 100%. The voucher cannot be used with a discount. The other already contains a discount. So what I would do in this case is just to remove the discount. Yeah. Now, since I remove the discount, the subtotal I'm to pay is this guy, which is the 100%. And this is how it should come originally. If you now want to pay with your card, maybe you don't have a voucher, this is where you come, you select your card tab, and then you fill in the, your payments details and you proceed. But in my own case, I will just come here inside the voucher and then I will apply. Once I apply, it tells me that, okay, I have minus S3, this is the voucher and this is what it's covering. Then my subtotal is still 100, but the estimated due now is now 0, right? So I will just proceed to next. Again, they want you to confirm. This now is no longer just the exam summary, but payment details inclusive. So this is the payment details. Then I'll just submit my order. I'm submitting order, and they will confirm now that you are booked. And this is my order number. Yes, you can now decide to say, okay, add this to my calendar, please. Is it Google, Outlook? Which calendar do you want to use? So that when the time comes, yes, even Microsoft will remind you, but hey, your calendar will notify you via alarm, depending on your settings. So yeah, that is sorted, if I should now come to my Gmail, I'm expecting a confirmation email of an invoice, invoice and a confirmation email for my exam. You see, person view, confirmation of payment. So if I should click on it, you see, just telling me what I paid for, the invoice number, and yeah, you can just confirm. Thanks for scheduling this. All right, so that is the height of it. Now you may want to monitor your pending exams. So you can actually do that from here by just going, I think, home. This is actually my profile. So this profile, so I will come home. If I come home, I'm seeing my upcoming appointments, right? If you want to download your exams that you have written, your exam history, you can come and check. History contains the exams that you've passed and the ones that you failed. The exam report contains all your exams, but this time around, you can view and your results will be downloaded in color for you. This page I think is the preference page where you just see your upcoming exam. There is this one coming on 13 and there is this one coming on 18. Perhaps you want to reschedule any as well. This is the same page you still use. All you just need to do, for example, I want to reschedule this exam. I'll just hit on the exam and then we will see reschedule. If I hit this, I'm expecting this to take me to go and select the center, pick up a date, and then you just proceed. This time you are not selecting, you are not going through the payment method and the likes. All you just need to do is confirming. So another thing you can do is to sign into your Learn, right? If you say learn.microsoft, learn.microsoft.com. So this will just take me straight up to MS102 page. But yeah, I don't want to just start all over again. So I'm going back home, which I don't really need to. But what I can do is just to come to profile. I'll come to profile here. Then from here, I'll just see my recent activities. But then you can just come to credentials. When you come to credentials, you come to certification, right? So yeah, it will show you your appointment. This is 1, and this is 2. Yeah, to still give you the details. So these are the 2 ways you can come about you can come and check for your appointment. So this is where we will be ending it. I didn't say it's taking this long, but of course it does, and I think it's all good. Okay, so until the next time when we meet again,